Okay. Hi, I'm Lisa, your training counselor for today. Let me tell you some ground rules before we start the session today. So, confidentiality is key. So, whatever we talk about today will be between you and me only in this room, unless it's harming you or someone else in the room. Okay? Alright? Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
So I'm Monica Wilson and currently I'm pursuing counseling psychology from Christ University, and I'm in my first year, but I did my UG from here itself, so technically it's 4 years here at Christ, and I am basically from Kerala, and now, like, since my childhood I am brought up here in this region, and yeah, that's pretty much about me.
Okay. Can you also tell me about how your week has been so far?
My week is pretty hectic nowadays because I am a part of Christ Mill Society, and there's a lot of things going on right now. Specifically speaking, so we have this annual production that we do of our own from Christ Mill Society. So that is on 24th March, and so we are indulged in its practices, and the practice timings are so hectic. It's not hectic, but it's very stretched. So after coming back home, usually I'm usually so drained, and I don't have the energy to do much things. And after coming back again, I have so many CIAs, deadlines, this. I mean, it's so hectic. So sometimes the week looks pretty hectic and pretty overwhelming for me.
Alright. So, can you brief me about what your whole day looks like after college, your practices, and then how does it look like?
Okay, so morning I usually wake up around at 8:30 because my college timings are at around 9:30. I reach college, attend my classes, and usually my classes gets over at around 2:45. After that, I have my CMS practices that starts from 4:15 and ends till, like, goes up till 7:38, like that. And after that also, we core team. I'm a part of core team, so we usually end up staying back and we have to do other stuff. So I usually get back home by 9:30ish. So it's pretty late, and by that time I'm totally dead. And reaching home, like, suppose if I'm reaching home at 9:15, by 9:30 me and my family does family prayer. That is till 10, and by 10 to 10:45 maybe we have dinner. Then till 11:30 I just sit with my family, chit chat, watch a movie or something like that, and get back to my bed and watch a series or something. And usually I sleep by 1, 2. Yeah, not a good timing, but yeah, I usually sleep lately. Yeah.
Okay. So, from what I heard is that your schedule seems pretty hectic, and that you have college in the morning, then you have your CMS practices, and then you come back home, and you have to sometimes stay back very late, like around 9:30, and then you usually go do your family prayer. This seems very important to you.
Yeah, I don't like skipping my family prayer and Sunday services. I usually don't, but when I don't have time or when I am busy with my CIs and all, and it's the deadline that day, it's the deadline, so I usually don't attend. But I try my best to attend all my family prayers and Sunday services.
Um, has there been any days currently where you have missed it?
I don't think recently I missed it, but last time when we had that CI week, one day I did miss. And last Sunday I went to Agra for a trip. That day also I missed Sunday service. So that brings a guilt in me that, you know, being so faithful and not attending services is something that really don't align with my moral values.
Okay. Seems like Sunday services and not skipping really means a lot to you since you are very devoted to God. So I have a question. How does managing all these things about your college practices and CIS, how does this generally make you feel? So many things at once.
So when the practices aren't that hectic, I really enjoy that process. I love singing. Since my childhood, I have been singing, and to be a part of such a big society is something that I'm really grateful. But then now it's like now because our event is about to come and we are at the edge, so it makes sense ki, we should continue practicing till 8. That is completely fine, but being in masters it's kind of little hectic because back in my UG I never faced such kind of thing, but now being in masters, being packed with multiple CIs, multiple assignments, multiple deadlines makes me feel a little bit tired.
You keep mentioning hectic. How does that feel in your body?
I when I reach back my home, I just want to sleep. That is what makes me feel, and still I'm still feeling very drowsy, and my head is aching, and my body is so tired. So yeah.
It seems to me that hectic means you feel tired and then you want to sleep it out so that you feel better. And sometimes even your head aches and body pain also happens, right? Okay. So, alright. Could you tell me what motivates you to stay involved in so many activities even if you feel so exhausted and tired at the end of the day?
I think my friends and the people I bond with in CMS, that makes me really feel happy and enjoy that process that I'm involved in. And most importantly, it's music, because I don't think, being in an institution like this, if you are somewhere else, I don't think you will get such a good facility or such a good teacher who would make you learn all these stuffs. So, and back in my school days, I wasn't really trained in music, but now I can say that I am somewhat trained. I know music a little bit. So that is one thing that keeps me motivated, and to learn something new every day, to sing different genre, to explore different genre, and most importantly, it's not the place, it's the people that makes me feel motivated to go there and just have fun. Even though I might say that it's a hectic schedule that it's going on, but somewhere I do like going there. And one day if I'm not going there, it's like I feel an emptiness within me.
So from what you're saying, I could gather that it's the people and it's the surrounding that love you feel over there more than anything else, and it's also music that you also spoke about how comparing back in school and now you much more trained and that makes you more confident and you feel happy and you really enjoy this process of being there and doing music together with your friends in college. Alright, I have another question for you. What does being successful or being productive mean to you?
For me, success is not something, you know, suppose I am competing in a competition and I have to receive one position and I am successful in receiving that first position, suppose. For me, that is not successful. For me, being successful is being my best, doing my best, giving out my bestest thing out to whatever I have spent so much time. That is what successful means to me, and being productive is something for which I have spent so much time and so much energy. It should have a fruitful result. If it's not having a fruitful result, or if it's somewhere having some lacks or some holes, that would make me feel that the time was not being efficiently used.
Okay. You mentioned that success means does not mean coming first always, but being your authentic self, and that's what you value the most. And you also mentioned how productive is equal to being fruitful, and you avoid having holes or any other mishaps, and you need to be as efficient as possible. From where does this, this being fruitful, from where does this come for you?
I think let's take an example, like I am being a part of CMS and I'm investing so much time there, and now if we are on stage and we are putting a show where the output is not that good, so I will genuinely feel like what did we do? Was our efforts, was our time being efficiently used, or was it being utilized properly? So these all experiences make me feel like, this is what productiveness means to me.
Okay. Can you give me an example where you felt that this time investment that you gave was very efficient and you felt happy about it?
I think last year Soundkari. Last year means last year Soundkari, when I was in my UG 6th semester. I was so much involved in music and so much involved in my society, and we gave our best show. I think that was something like that. And one more thing is that recently my team, I have my own team of acapella, and we got this opportunity to go to IIT BHU. So firstly I just denied it, that I was very skeptical that how will we pull such a big competition within one, because we had to prepare a whole new piece and within 7 days. So it was pretty much challenging and I doubted myself a lot. And somewhere my team gave me that motivation, and we had practiced that whole week, and that time was very efficiently used, and the amount of energy, the amount of effort that we invested gave us a very fruitful result, and we got first position at IIT actually. So those experiences counts us a lot.
Have you ever felt, pressured by someone else to, be efficient, or this comes from within?
Can you just
Yeah, I asked you, have you ever felt pressured, and is this coming from others or it's coming from within yourself?
for the things that I am responsible for, there I do feel that it is within. If suppose I am assigned an assignment, or I am assigned a song, or anywhere that where I have the responsibility, there I feel like I am being pressured, and it is my responsibility to do my duty. But somewhere where I am not responsible, and somewhere where I don't have a role, then it's from someone else.
Okay, so when something is allotted to you, you feel like the pressure that you feel is from within you to be efficient.
Yes.
But if it's something not so important or not solely responsible, then you feel that okay, I don't need to be that efficient. So, have you ever said, since you said that sometimes things can get very hectic and overwhelming, and you have too many responsibilities on your head, have you ever said no if you felt so overwhelmed, or you always took up whatever came by?
I think I rarely say no to these kind of things, and that is one thing that I want to improve in myself, to be more assertive and be more blunt. If I'm not comfortable, then I have to say no. That is something that I usually don't do. I take up those things and take up those challenges and be a part of it. I could have I can just omit that thing by simply saying no, but then somewhere I do not.
Has there been an instance where you said, since you said that sometimes you rarely say no, so has there been an instance where you said no, and if you did, how did that feel for you, or what happened?
I have not said much, but then I have to recall because it's.
That's okay, you can take your time.
Maybe so in my society only, मतलब in my CMS only, I was being. It was last year December time. We had Magnificat, and I was in one team. I was in another team, and the leaders assigned me in one more team. So in total, I was in 3 teams. For the third team, when they allotted me the third team, I said no. Yeah, because it was getting too much for me, and I wasn't getting any time to focus on my studies, and not in general not being attentive at all. So for that time I said no, because it was getting too overwhelming for me.
Yeah, of course. I mean, so many responsibilities, and handling 3 teams is not easy for one person. So I get that. Okay. Is it possible to say that, you said that saying no is very difficult for you. So is it possible to say that somewhere you want to, prove your efficiency to others, or saying no, you think that people will feel, they'll feel like, oh, they can't take it up, or something like that. Could I say that?
Can you just
So you said that you rarely say no, right? So can I connect the dots and say that somewhere saying no becomes difficult because somewhere you want to prove yourself in everything and you want to be efficient, as you use the word efficiency is very important to you when you have had the role or responsibility of handling a team. So could I say that the pressure of being efficient and you worrying that if you say no, then people might assume that maybe you're not good enough or you can't take responsibilities given to you.
maybe not good enough, but then somewhere I have this perception in my mind, if I say no, what if the other person takes it wrongly and start complaining about myself. And one more thing is that I am the senior most in my society because I have done my UG and I was part of it. Now it's my 4th year. So somewhere they have this perception that I am a senior and whatever is being assigned to me, I will do it with utmost honesty, and I usually do. But then, what if things are getting too much on the plate? Then it's difficult for any human being. And
Yes.
so this is one thing. Yes, somewhere to prove myself, yes, that I can take up anything. But then, if it's too much or if it's too many things, then it will get difficult for me.
Definitely, of course. So it is safe to assume that sometimes you feel like you need to prove yourself since people have such expectations from you since you're a 4th year student and they really think that you have got it all. Alright, I just wanted to mention that you say that you want to do all of these things all together and this makes you feel productive and successful, and you love being around these people in your Christ Music Society and even at college and even the CIAs in the middle. But at the end of the day, you also feel hectic and overwhelmed and probably tired since you say your head aches. So how does this, how do you make sense of this? Like, what is this experience for you? Like, because on one hand you say that you need to do all these things and this makes you happy and you enjoy the process, but at the same time it's too much for you. So how do you think you can deal with that?
Deal with it. See, I do want to be a part, but if and this hectic practice times are just for this month. Usually we have just 1 hour practice, 1.5 hour, that's it. But during these times, if I could manage my sleep schedule, I think that will be much better to deal with the whole day. If I'm managing my sleep schedule and my timings for certain things, I think I will be better able to cope up during these days.
So I heard that if you have enough sleep and if you are able to manage that and you're well rested, then you can manage all these things and you will be less exhausted and it will feel less hectic.
Yes.
Alright. Do you have any other questions for me or do you want to discuss something more?
No, nothing much.
Would you be okay if I close the session with a summary?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So today we discussed that you are a first year student and you have been in Christ University since UG and it's been 4 years. You are from Kerala, but you have lived here in Delhi since childhood, and last week was pretty hectic for you because of CMS and the practices that were going on. And you also mentioned that you have some annual production on 24th March. And you spoke about feeling drained after practices and CIAs and all this overwhelming deadlines. You also spoke about how your day starts at 8:30 for college, and 2:45 the college ends, and then you have practices till 7:30 sometimes, or even later since you are a part of the core team till 9:30. And then you mentioned something that really is important to you and means a lot, which is family prayer, and you always make sure that you don't miss it, which is around 9:45. And then you have dinner and spend time with your family, and then you go to bed, and that's how your day looks like. You also spoke about going to a trip to Agra with your friends recently, and you did miss Sunday services because of that, and that did not feel that well, but I think you enjoyed going to Agra as well. And you also spoke about your passion for singing and being very grateful to be a part of the society. And even though you're in masters and it can get hectic, but it's the people and it's the feeling of being in that community that really makes you happy, and you really enjoy this process. And you also mentioned that you feel tired because you don't get enough sleep, and sometimes even your head aches, but your friends help you to cope with this, as they are the pillars of your strength, and that makes you happy. You also spoke about music and how that has always been there for you as a coping strategy, and your teachers being very supportive to you. And since you have been trained with different kinds of genres of music, that really enhances and helps you practice and do well in your CMS sessions. We also spoke about what success means to you, and you mentioned that being first or second doesn't matter to you. It's just being your authentic self and just doing your best. That's what matters to you, and that's what success feels like. We also spoke about what productivity means to you, which is being fruitful and being efficient, and making sure that everything is smoothly functioning. And when I asked you about when things don't go not so efficiently, you spoke about that you give so much time and investment that you expect better results and a good overall product of what you have done. You also spoke about a positive experience which happened last year in Soundgari that involved music, and you had this best team and of acapella, and you all did a really great job, and that made you really happy, and you realized that efficiency means a lot to you. Then we discussed about you rarely saying no, and that saying yes feels more easier rather than saying no. And then we discussed about how sometimes to prove yourself and to meet other people's expectations, you have to be efficient and do great in whatever that you're doing. And lastly, we spoke about again how even though it's hectic and exhausting and overwhelming, you still want to do what you do, and you love doing all those things, and the people make it easier for you. So have I summarized everything properly? Yes. All right. So are you comfortable to discuss how we can work with this, managing this much better, and also about the sleep schedule, and how we can go ahead and help you out to deal with this? All right. Do you have any questions for me before we end the session? Are you comfortable ending it? All right. Thank you. I'll see you in the next session.
Thank you.